Hi United fans, we have got a huge breaking news after months of speculations. Here we go. According to multiple reports from England, Manchester United and Brighton have reached an agreement for the transfer of Cameroonian defensive midfielder Carlos Baleba. The deal is now reportedly agreed between the two clubs, with the final formalities being completed. Baleba is said to be on his way to Manchester to undergo his medical test at Carrington before putting pen to paper on his Manchester United contract. The 22-year-old midfielder is expected to sign a 5-year contract at Old Trafford, committing his future to Manchester United. Baleba's arrival could also solve one of United's biggest problems in midfield: physicality, defensive protection, and ball-winning ability. His strength, aggression, tackling, and ability to cover large areas of the pitch could give United much more security in front of the defence. He can also help United win second balls, break up opposition attacks, and provide the midfield with greater energy and intensity. His ability to carry the ball forward under pressure could also help United transition from defence into attack more quickly, while his physical presence would give Michael Carrick another powerful option in midfield, alongside United's existing technical players. This is a massive moment for United, who have been pushing hard to bring Baleba to Old Trafford. After weeks of negotiations, the deal now appears to be reaching its final stage. But United are not stopping there. The club remain very active in the transfer market and are also pushing for Barcelona's Alejandro Balde. The 22-year-old left-back is highly rated and is being considered as another option to strengthen a position where United are looking for greater quality, pace, and attacking threat. Balde is a player who can provide explosive acceleration, aggressive overlapping runs, and the ability to carry the ball forward from deep positions. United believe he could significantly strengthen the left side and potentially add another dimension to the team's attacking play. However, there is an obvious question that must be asked. Should Manchester United really go all out for Balde, considering his injury history? There is no doubt about the player's talent, but United have learned the hard way that signing a player with fitness concerns can become a serious problem if the medical situation is not properly assessed. Would you take the gamble on Balde if the opportunity became available, or would you rather see United focus their resources on a more reliable left-back? The left-back position is clearly becoming an important area for Manchester United, and Balde is not the only name being considered. United have also held talks with the representatives of Racing Santander youngster Jorge Salinas. The 19-year-old is reportedly viewed as a high-potential target by United's data team, with the club continuing to explore multiple options for the position. Salinas is understood to have a £13.7 million release clause, making him a very different type of investment compared with an established international such as Balde. This is the kind of recruitment that could fit United's wider strategy of identifying young players with significant development potential before their value explodes. At just 19, Salinas would clearly be viewed as a project for the future rather than an instant solution. But could this be another clever move from United's recruitment department? Would you rather see United spend big money on a proven left-back, or take a calculated gamble on a young player who could become a star at Old Trafford? Meanwhile, the future of Joshua Zirkzee is also becoming increasingly interesting. According to reports from Gazzetta, Zirkzee has said yes to potential moves to both Napoli and Juventus, and is ready to join whichever club can reach an agreement with Manchester United over a loan or permanent transfer. The expectation is that a loan deal with an option to buy could be the preferred route. Zirkzee arrived at Manchester United with plenty of expectation, but his time at Old Trafford has not developed in the way many supporters hoped. The Dutch forward has shown flashes of quality, but United may now be considering whether a fresh environment would allow him to rediscover his confidence and consistency. If Napoli or Juventus can offer him regular football and eventually take him permanently, could this be the best solution for everyone involved? Or should United give Zirkzee another opportunity under Michael Carrick before making a final decision? And then there is Jean-Philippe Mateta. Manchester United have reportedly reached a verbal agreement with the Crystal Palace striker over a potential summer transfer, according to Lauren Whitwell. If this develops into a completed deal, it could add another powerful and experienced attacking option to United's squad. Mateta has established himself as a dangerous Premier League striker, particularly because of his physical presence, ability to hold the ball up, and willingness to attack the box. A player of his profile could give Carrick another option when United need a more direct attacking approach. But with Benjamin Šeško already at the club and other attacking players competing for minutes, where exactly would Mateta fit into this Manchester United attack? Would you welcome the move, Reds, or would you prefer United to concentrate their remaining resources on midfield and defence? United are also still keeping a close eye on Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton, although this one looks much more difficult. Manchester United remain interested in the England international, but Palace's huge valuation and competition from several major clubs are reportedly creating significant obstacles. Wharton is highly regarded because of his technical quality, passing range, intelligence, and ability to control the tempo of a game. For a club like Manchester United, adding another midfielder capable of dictating play could be extremely valuable, especially if Carrick wants his team to dominate possession while still having enough physicality to compete in the Premier League. But should United pay a massive price for Wharton when they are already pushing so hard to complete the Baleba deal? That is the big question. From my point of view, if Manchester United genuinely managed to complete Carlos Baleba first, that should be considered a huge piece of business. Baleba would bring physicality, energy, and aggression to the midfield, while giving Carrick another player capable of winning duels and driving the team forward. United cannot simply continue collecting names. They need players who actually improve the starting 11 and give the manager different tactical options. Baleba potentially fits that description. If the final negotiations over add-ons can be resolved and Brighton finally give their approval, this could become one of the defining transfers of United's summer window. The Balde situation, however, needs a more careful approach. There is absolutely no question that Alejandro Balde has the talent to succeed at Old Trafford. But Manchester United should not ignore his injury record simply because the player is exciting. The club need footballers who can stay available throughout a long Premier League campaign. A player can be world-class on his day, but if he cannot consistently stay fit, that becomes a major concern. Personally, I would only go all out for Balde if United's medical team are completely satisfied with his physical condition and the financial structure of the transfer makes sense. Otherwise, United should continue exploring alternatives such as Lewis Hall and other young fullbacks. The most fascinating part of this transfer window is that Manchester United appear to be building a squad with a mixture of youth, athleticism, and Premier League experience. Baleba represents power and potential in midfield. Balde represents attacking quality from left-back. Salinas represents long-term development. Wharton represents technical quality and control, while Mateta would provide another physical presence in attack. At the same time, moving Zirkzee on could help United create space in the squad and potentially raise funds for further business. This is exactly why the next few days could be absolutely crucial for Manchester United. So, Reds, the big question is this. If Carlos Baleba really is as close as Fabrizio Romano suggests, will he become the next major Manchester United signing? Do you believe the deal is effectively done and we are simply waiting for the famous "here we go"? And if Baleba arrives, would you still want United to spend big on Adam Wharton, or should the club move on to other priorities? What about Alejandro Balde? Would you take the risk despite his injury history, or is that a gamble Manchester United simply cannot afford? And if you had to choose between Balde, Lewis Hall, and Jorge Salinas for the left-back position, who would you pick? And finally, what should happen with Joshua Zirkzee? Should United send him to Napoli or Juventus on loan with an option to buy? Or should Michael Carrick give the Dutch striker another opportunity to prove himself at Old Trafford? And if Mateta really is verbally agreed, does his arrival give United the attacking depth they need? Or would you rather see the club spend that money elsewhere? One thing is becoming very clear. Manchester United are not sitting back. The Red Devils are pushing, negotiating, exploring, and trying to get deals over the line. Now the pressure is on the club to turn these exciting reports into official announcements. United fans have waited long enough. If Baleba really is this close, the next few hours could be huge. What do you think, Reds? Baleba, yes or no? Balder, yes or no? Mateta, yes or no? And should United continue pushing for Wharton? Let me know your thoughts.